Hi, my name is Jenny Riggins, and I am doing Tompkins Strategy number 13, double journal entries. I'm going to modify the lesson plan just a little bit because someone ran off with my Allen apostrophe book. So we're going to read a poem by Shel Silverstein, A Light in the Attic. It is called Always Sprinkle Pepper. And then we're going to do some reading from Where the Red Fern Grows. So I will get started. And this is my class of 4th graders. So here we go. Sprinkling pepper in my hair. Let's see if I can get on camera here. There we go. This one's called Always Sprinkle Pepper. Always sprinkle pepper in your hair. Always sprinkle pepper in your hair. For then, if you are kidnapped by a wild barbazoo who sells you to a ragged hag who wants you for her soup, she'll pick you up and sniff you, and then she'll sneeze, achoo, and say, "My tot, you are much too hot. I fear you'll never do." And with a shout, she'll throw you out, and you'll run away from there. And soon you will be safe at home, a-sittin' in your chair, if you always sprinkle pepper in your hair. So, now students, we have been struggling with the difference between fact and opinion. So we're going to talk about, can you guys differentiate between fact and opinion? Okay. Rich, do you remember what fact is? We talked about this earlier. A fact is something you can prove. No, that's okay. That's why we're going over it. A fact is something you can prove. And what about an opinion? Darcy?
It's my own. It's what I think.
Very good.
Not necessarily what is true, but it might be.
Very good. Very good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. An opinion is something you believe. Okay? So, since we've been struggling with that, we are going to do the double journal entries. But first, I forgot to hand these out. I did a closed procedure on, actually this is the one I'll hand out, on Where the Red Fern Grows, dealing with some of the vocabulary in it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys each one. Okay. So this just has some really interesting vocabulary. One of the vocabulary words was predicament, and so with the students normally I would talk about what each of these means. So I thought this would be better to do this first, then they would know the vocabulary before we get into the double journal entries. Alright, so give you guys a minute to fill that out. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, I'll give you a minute to fill that out while I'm getting ready for the next activity here. And we will be doing Where the Red Fern Grows, Chapter 11. That's where I got the closed procedure from. I found the thing on a website, theteacherscorner.net. You can go in and type up your sentence, and this you can put anything in there you want, and then when you hit enter, a bunch of boxes come up and you can click on whichever word you want to be a blank. And it's really neat because you can do that with anything, and that will help the students who are struggling with the vocabulary. Okay. All right, how did we do? Okay. Okay, Rich, could you read me number 1, please?
Little Ann was in a predicament.
Okay, little Ann was in a predicament. Do you know what a predicament is?
No.
Okay, Miss Darcy?
No.
No? Okay, so in this case, when the students don't know... Oh, go ahead.
She was in a dilemma.
A dilemma. That's a very good one. Oops, this is only... Okay, great. So when students don't know, we could look things up in the dictionary, or we can use context clues to help us figure out the answer. Okay? So now I'm going to demonstrate. So can one of you guys throw me a marker? Sorry, guys. Okay. I misplaced my expo marker, but now we will use this one. Okay. So now that we know what facts and opinions are, we're going to go to our book, Chapter 11, Where the Red Fern Grows, and we're going to choose a fact from the story, and we're going to write it over here. So, for me, I would go back into the chapter and find a sentence that I like. Okay, just then I heard old Dan bark. Now, in the double journal entry procedure, what I would like you guys to do from that is, from that fact, write your feelings on it. You guys will get to go in and choose your own facts, okay, and write the opinion down. So for my opinion, since I saw what I think of when I hear dogs bark, I think something's wrong. So I would write something might be wrong with my dog. Okay? So we're just going to write some facts from the story, and then we are going to write our thoughts on those facts. So I will give you guys a couple minutes to write those down. Are there any questions? No? Okay, good. So go ahead and turn to Chapter 11 and Where the Red Fern Grows. Okay, I'll come over and help you. Okay, it looks like everyone has at least one thing written down. So, Darcy, would you like to go first? Just read your fact that you wrote down from the book and the opinion you put with it.
He raised his head and howled. He knew it was the end of the trail for his pal. So that was my fact.
Very good.
And my opinion, I was just about to cry because I have an amazing dog at home, and I would be so sad if she died. She is the sweetest dog I have ever met.
Very good. Thank you. Rich, let's hear one of yours. Ah, Dan, it stopped.
When?
Reconnect.